But we want to talk about Caster Semenya here, who ran at the South African Championships in the 5,000. She ran 15:52 to get the win. She's obviously in a strange situation here where her choices to go to Tokyo are the 200 or the 5,000. That's it. I guess you could add in the steeplechase because of the restrictions. So she could run either a sprint race or a distance race because that is a situation that she's been put in. This is again one of those topics we've talked about for months and months and months. I thought after last year when she was running some twos that she would stick with the two because she seemed close enough. It seemed possible, but I'm guessing you do enough trading with your coach, you can see at that level, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to get this extra 10th here, extra 10th there. Now the 5,000 is going to be tough though too, because she's got to go all the way down to 15:10, and she's at 15:52. Now the South African Championships aren't the pinnacle of athletic competition. And if she gets in some faster meets, I think she can definitely drop that down. What say you?
So not necessarily. First of all, let's talk about why she's doing the 5K. Makes sense because she mentioned like I'm only getting older. It's easier to as an older athlete, they're typically better. Mm-hmm. The longer the distance goes better with age than the shorter distances. And they run the 3,000 indoors, right? At World Indoors.
Correct.
So like,
yes,
if you're a really good 50, she's like a 4 flat 1,500 runner, maybe sub 4. I don't know, but you got to think you can translate that to a fast 3K, right? There's got to be some connection to a 3K. It's not like she's going up to the marathon. And in order to qualify for the Olympics, it's not just time standard. You can get in on a world ranking, right?
And okay, here we go.
Your world ranking for the 5K includes 3K and 2 mile times. Like they count those towards your algorithm. And so do you know how many people get accepted in the 5K at the Olympics? Is it what the number is? Is it 45?
48? Okay,
48. I don't know.
Do you got me on that? You got me on that one. I don't right now. Okay, but let's just assume the tighter standard. Let's assume 45.
Assume 45. Okay. So I pulled up the current world rankings, 45. Actually, I'm going to go to 44 because that includes an athlete who's run a 3,000. But according to this athlete who has a ranking of 1,104, about the 44th best runner when you only take top 3 per country, her 3K mark is 9:12. So like, these are her times: 9:12, 15:59, 15:48. Those are her 3 marks, and she is in the top tier to go to the Olympics. 9:12 3K, 15:59 5K, 15:48 5K. She just ran 15:52. So if she runs 2 15:50s, goes out there and runs a fast 3K, she should be able to get in. She doesn't need to run all the way down to 15:10. She just needs to run like maybe 15:40s and a 9:10 and in the 3K, and she should be in.
2016 Olympics had 34 women in the 5K.
Okay.
Just as a point of comparison.
So maybe it was 36. Maybe it was 36.
Yeah. Some scratches, perhaps, that went down to 36.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing
Nicole Hutchinson, 15:48, 16:06, 8:48. Those are her 3 marks. Like, you don't need to be running 15:10 to make the Olympics. Okay. You just don't. And I think that's what she should do.
She probably knows that. Now, the 200, I'm guessing it's a little more difficult to get in via world ranking, is what you're saying. Because you could do the same, because she's so good at so many events, you could do the same math and say, hey, she ran 49.62 in the quarter. If you run 49 in the quarter, you can run a pretty fast 200, but you're basically saying, hey, this is the better path because 15:10 isn't the actual standard.
Yeah. No, it's not, because the people running 15:10s top 3 per country is not that much. It doesn't fill up that
Mhm.
quickly. So, yeah, I think she should be fine. I actually tweeted at her, hey, run as many 3Ks as you can, because she can probably run a higher ranked 3K mark than a 5K mark, right? Because she's probably better at the 3. Go get some Caster Invitational 3Ks and make the Olympics. And then she be the one that could do a middle finger to everyone, because she's like being like, oh, yeah, ban me, ban this. And then she's there. Oh, and if I were, okay, this will never happen. But like, if all the, excuse me, this will never happen. If all the 5K women in the world, again, this will never happen, wanted to like protest, have like a way to subtly protest the banning of Caster and be like, this bullshit, she should be able to run. They purposely make
Mhm.
sure the 5K final is a sit and kick race. So they're like, all right, we're going to take the first 2 miles out, like 5:30 pace. We're going to
Mhm.
chill and then turn it into a final 1500. So then Caster can compete with us at her true ability. I mean, I don't know if she would win, but like, it'll be kind of funny if they're like, hey, let's just make it sit and kick so Caster can be in her element. Again, that would never
You
happen, but it'll be a
actually
subtle protest.
you actually did
I
tweet
do
at
not,
her. I'm looking at your tweets. In
I
between
did.
tweets at Daryl Morey and at 6, this is just an amazing Twitter account that I'm looking at right now. You got Sixers, like bloggers, and then at Kester 800. Hey! Exclamation mark. Why did you decide to open with that? Why did you decide to go with the
Oh,
hey first?
I just want
Okay.
to like be super positive. Hey,
Okay. Hey, run a bunch of fast 3Ks this spring. Those races count towards your 5K world ranking. Thus, comma, helping you qualify without needing to hit the 5K Olympic standard. Do you think she read that and was like, hold on, I got this tweet.
okay,
Let's look at this other guy's tweets. Embiid for
no.
MVP.
Here's the thing. You were with me. There are
I,
people in
I
the
I
sport
I
of
know what
track
you're
and field who
saying.
do not know the minute details of qualifying.
100%. 100%.
So there's a
That is
chance she
true.
probably thought, oh, I didn't know 3K marks count.
Yeah. We've had many of conversation with many athletes, assuming that they knew stuff about how the sport worked that would be to their benefit to know, and they didn't. Which is always
Yeah.
funny to me because I always read everything in the comments like, you guys don't know what you're talking about, and I just think, man, you think we don't know what we're talking about? I have a big surprise for you because sometimes I bring stuff to the athletes and they're like, wait, that's the rule this year? Like, there's so many, and I don't blame them for it. There's so many rule changes and things going back and forth and different policies and different meets. And there's so much to keep track of. But between who's in, who's out, the standards, who's running what meet, where they're running the meet, the latest change, it is hard to keep track of. But I do like that I thought you were joking when you said I tweeted it at her. And hey,
No.
you didn't! Exclamation mark. You should have been like, hey, Gordon here.
Going here for
I'll
FloTrack.
hang, I'll hang up and listen. Do you know her? Have you interviewed her before?
I have interviewed her a couple times. I did like she knows what FloTrack is.
Okay.
There was one time I was in Europe and she like I think I met her manager or her coach, maybe even her coach at the
Mhm.
time. Coach has maybe changed since, but like I filmed her like at Monaco, like doing like a pre-race routine, whatever. And then I
Yeah.
got like her contact number. Maybe it
Mhm.
was like a contact email, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I have her email. I could email her and we could do like a film on her or something because she gave it to me. And I
Yeah.
emailed and no response. No response.
Oh.
So maybe it was a dud email. Maybe she's playing.
Well,
Just I gave her a
but
run
maybe
junkie
maybe
hat. She has a run
well, there you
junkie
go.
hat. Remember Run Junkie? That was a good time.
And now she has a tweet. She's got both. Man. All right. So you think the 5K for sure. Are there enough 3Ks out there? I mean, this matters which races she runs, correct? Because there's point
Yes.
value in different championships.
Yeah, it does matter. You'd want to get a 3K at a Continental Tour meet, right? A silver or
Mhm.
bronze. Find one, go run it, win it, then you get the extra points.
Yeah.
There's a way to game the system, and it would be hilarious that the World Athletics literally created a system that made it easier for her to get in when they were trying to get her out. Like, be like, they're like, they gave her a technicality and then she's back in on a technicality, which would be great.